Welcome to the JAMODI podcast. We are all surrounded by amazing coaches and leaders. So let's get an inside look at not just what they do, but how they do what they do. After all, becoming the best versions of ourselves is JAMODI, just a matter of doing it. You talked already today about being intentional with meeting with players, and it is nice being on a smaller campus like you are, where the frequency, there's a better chance of seeing them. But how and when do you meet with players?
Yeah, so we meet with them two ways, and I'll go over the scheduled ways we meet with them first, and then I'll cover the random ways as well, which I spoke to earlier, I think are more powerful. So one thing that sets us apart, and Jake Deere, one of my former assistants at UT Tyler, he's the one that brought this to me. I think this is the most powerful thing we've ever done as a program. We do, and you can't do this. I couldn't do this at Aledo High School. It just doesn't work with high school. But in college, I've been doing it since Jake came on. So that was my second year at UT Tyler, and I haven't stopped. Is small group team dinner. So I've got four assistants, but three that live in town. So we break our 16 guys up into four groups of four players. So on week one, four guys will be at my house, four guys are at Coach Matthews, four guys at Coach Kleb's, and then Coach Sweeney, who lives in Naples, is always at Coach Kleb's house. So every month I get four guys at my house. We still do the traditional team dinners like everybody about once a month. But I think the small group dinners are so much more powerful because you've got four guys only at your house and they're there for a couple hours. You can really get into deep conversations and really break down some walls and get vulnerable with people. And that's it's been absolutely incredible. Anybody listening to this that can do that, I can't recommend that enough, is a small group team dinners and just rotate them through. So our guys, they're at once a week, they're at a coach's house 3 of the 4 weeks. You know, get that one group off. We have 3 different coaches' houses. So we do that. That's the most powerful. We do our weekly academic meetings. And then the random stuff we do that I think is really powerful is we'll grab a guy. Like if I feel I haven't connected with a guy in a while or a guy's down, like, hey, Jonathan, what do you got going on Tuesday? He's like, hey, coach, I got class till 12. All right, we're going to go play pickleball. Me, you, and Coach Matthews and your roommate. Let's grab Lucas. Let's go play pickleball. And we'll do sports with them, which is a lot of fun too. Because I don't know about you, but I always feel awkward just a player sitting in my office.
Yeah.
And just, it's like the forced family fun, you know? It's like, all right, we got to be here 15 minutes.
You will get to know me.
Exactly. I'm going to ask you, I'm just going to keep prodding you. So I would rather go play pickleball or play sand volleyball with you, or one of my assistants, Ryan's incredible at relationship building. What he does is he schedules a walk with guys.
Nice.
So they go on a walk, and you know, they get their endorphins going. They're moving, they're exercising, they're out in the sun, they're seeing people on campus. But it's a less intimidating meeting time.
Yeah.
So we'll walk, we'll play sand volleyball, we'll do pickleball, lots of stuff like that. And then obviously, of course, when issues arise, you meet that and try to hit that on the head the day.
But at least at that point, when you have to meet with somebody, it's rarely good. But at least by that point, you have enough positive meetings with them in the bank to where that one can be more productive, and you might not damage the relationship. If the only time we're talking with them is when they're in trouble, it's just not going to be a good relationship.
Absolutely. And then we try to, as much as we can, especially early in the year, we try to fill up their weekends. And then, you know, in the kind of when it gets going in the year, when they get tired of hearing your voice, we back off a little bit. But like we're going to do early in the year, we haven't had a weekend off yet. We're doing community service. We're doing trips to the beach, all kinds of team building stuff. We're going to have our team retreat here before the season gets going. So we try to get to know each other and our goal is to, hey, can we spend more time with each other than anybody in the country? And if we can do that, I feel like we're going to play for each other harder than our opponent. And when adversity hits, because it is, we're going to be more bought into each other and be able to sacrifice more and die to self more.
That's good. Yeah, the Dallas Baptist coach talked about taking walks with his players and how that frees up the conversation, or if there are awkward pauses, you're not just looking at each other. You're out walking. So like you can even find something, you know, look at a school building. Hey, any classes in there? You know, you've ever been in, you know, there's natural things that you can bring up to help. And I love the idea of the small groups at your house? Because even in high school, I think we could achieve that, like Sunday after late afternoon, once a month. It's every weekend for me, but then it's only once a month for your varsity players. And
Yep.
I think that would be really fun, because trying to get those group team dinners at your house, one, just the volume of guys, and what am I going to do with all of them there? Where do they all go? Because our house isn't huge. Like, but with smaller groups, that's doable, man.
Yeah, and I don't know, I like when you do your typical team dinners, but like the guys kind of go with who they're close to already. So
Yeah.
it's not that it's pointless, but you're not developing relationships. And like we're very intentional. We're never going to put roommates together. We're a lot of times like we have a freshman class of 4. All our freshmen are in different groups, and we try to get them with guys that typically they wouldn't hang out with.
So you would, if you're a high school coach, you would break up, like, not just seniors come together, juniors, you'd break them up.
I would, because like, for example, if me and you are seniors and we're boys, like we're going to have a natural relationship and trust with each other.
Yep.
But maybe the new move in, we're not, and I would, that's what we do. Not that it's right or wrong, but I'm going to keep doing it that way until I feel strongly another way.
I like it. Thank you for checking out today's episode. Please take a moment to subscribe to this podcast, share it with your fellow coaches, and find us on social media for what's coming up next on the JAMODI podcast. It's just a matter of doing it.